Mumbai, a city that never sleeps. Its streets are always alive, buzzing with energy and stories waiting to be told. A city of millions of stories, each corner, each alleyway holds a tale of its own. Sanika was a journalist who lived for the pulse of this city. She thrived on its chaos and vibrancy. She had a knack for finding stories in the most unexpected places. Her intuition was legendary, almost like a sixth sense. It was like she could smell a story a mile away, sensing the undercurrents that others missed. Sanika worked for a small but respected newspaper. She craved the truth and was relentless in her pursuit of it. Exposing the hidden underbelly of the city was her lifeblood. She believed every story deserved to be told. One day, a small news item caught her eye. It was buried in the back pages, almost overlooked. It was a missing person report. A young man named Arjun had vanished without a trace. Nothing unusual in a city like Mumbai. People often come and go, except something about this case felt different. There was an air of mystery that intrigued her. The missing person was Arjun, a young tenant in a downtown apartment building. His disappearance was strange, out of character. He was well liked and had no known enemies. Sanika decided to dig deeper. She felt a compelling need to uncover the truth behind Arjun's disappearance. Something told her this was more than a simple missing person case. There were layers to this story that needed to be peeled back. Her gut rarely steered her wrong. She knew she was onto something big, something that could shake the city to its core.
Tell me about Arjun. What was he like?
Arjun always seemed nervous, like he was carrying a heavy burden, like he was being watched, constantly looking over his shoulder. He kept to himself mostly, rarely interacting with others.
Sanika went to Arjun's apartment building, determined to find out more. The building superintendent, a weary man named Mr. Patel, remembered Arjun vividly. He said Arjun always seemed nervous, like he was being watched by unseen eyes. He kept to himself mostly, avoiding any unnecessary attention. Mr. Patel led her to Arjun's apartment, his expression somber. It was small but tidy, everything in its place. A sense of unease hung in the air, almost palpable. Sanika felt a chill run down her spine, an instinctive reaction to the atmosphere. She started examining the apartment, looking for anything out of place, any clue. On the desk, she noticed a notebook, seemingly ordinary at first glance. Inside, Arjun had scribbled down strange observations, notes filled with anxiety. He wrote about feeling watched, a constant presence he couldn't shake off. He mentioned a shadowy figure, a recurring theme in his notes. He felt like someone was always watching him, an ever-present shadow. This was more than just paranoia. Arjun was onto something significant, and now he was gone, vanished without a trace.
Can I see the building's security footage? I need to find out what happened.
I'm not sure if I can show you that. It's against the policy.
Sanika requested the building's security footage from Mr. Patel, the security guard. He was hesitant at first, but agreed after seeing her determination. They huddled in his small office, watching the grainy footage on the old computer screen. Days of uneventful footage passed. Then a figure emerged from the shadows, a shadowy figure lurking near Arjun's floor, moving stealthily. The figure was cloaked in darkness. Its face was obscured, making it impossible to identify. The way it moved sent shivers down Sanika's spine. It was eerie and unsettling. It was clear the figure was watching Arjun's apartment. This was no coincidence, it was deliberate. Sanika knew she was onto something big. But what was it? The mystery deepened. And who was behind it? The questions kept piling up and she needed answers. Sanika returned to Arjun's apartment. She had to find something, anything that could lead her to him. She meticulously searched every corner. Then she noticed something behind a loose floorboard. It was a small box. Inside, she found a series of cryptic sketches and a set of coordinates. The sketches were strange and abstract. They seemed to depict a warehouse. Was this the key to finding Arjun? Sanika's heart pounded. She knew she had to follow this lead.
Section 5. The abandoned warehouse. The coordinates led me to the outskirts of Mumbai. I found myself facing a dilapidated warehouse. It stood there, ominous and imposing. The air was thick with the stench of decay. My instincts screamed at me to turn back. But I couldn't. Not now. I had come too far. Taking a deep breath, I entered the warehouse. The interior was dark and cavernous. Dust swirled in the air, illuminated by slivers of light piercing through the grimy windows. The silence was deafening. I went straight to the police. They swarmed the warehouse, but the figure was gone. The surveillance equipment was still there, evidence of a sinister operation. But who was behind it? And where was Arjun? The questions haunted me. Days later, I received a letter. No return address. It simply said, "Arjun is safe. For now, stop looking into things that don't concern you." The note was signed with a single chilling symbol, the same symbol I had seen in Arjun's sketches. The story was far from over.